Hi, I'm Grandma Judy. I'm 78 years old. I know I'm pushing 80, but I don't care. I'm having a really good time. I love YouTube, and I'm trying to learn something every day. Sometimes that's hard because sometimes my mind doesn't work like I want it to. But yesterday, I got up and my trusty Samsung phone here was just had pop-ups just flashing all over the place, and the phone was hot to the touch. I mean, you touched it and oh, hot. It's like the hot pan feel. So I unplugged it and I turned it off and stuff, let it set for an hour, turned it back on, same thing. I couldn't make a call, I couldn't receive a call. It was just these pop-ups going off. So I decided I was going to go down to the AT&T store, which is about an hour's drive for me, each way. So I went down to the Dalles, Oregon, and went into the AT&T store and went up to a very nice young man and said, my phone, this one right here, has got all these pop-ups and everything going. And he turned it on and he went, well, you've got a virus. I said, I've got something and I need you to fix it for me so I can make a call. I can't, it's not a phone right now, it's just a nuisance. And very nicely, he was like, just one moment, please. And another person in the shop called him over and said, we don't do that. We are not a technical. We sell phones and we collect payments for AT&T. We do not repair, suggest, or do any maintenance on phones. Well, that kind of surprised me. I've been going to that same AT&T store for years whenever to either buy a new phone or get help, and they were always really nice. Total different batch of people. Now, the young man that originally approached me was very nice. The other two people in the store glared at me. It was like I was a horrible person. I got ticked. And I told him, I said, well, I don't really give a damn whether you want to fix it or not. You're going to, because I'm just not going to leave till you do. Whew, I was ticked. And so the young man, because the other two had gone in the back room to confab over how to get rid of the nasty old lady out in the lobby, came over and he goes, let me see what I can do. And he went in and he started just delete. And it turned out that my phone was just full of those cleanup apps, which are not cleanup apps, he told me. He said, no, those are actually viruses waiting to happen. You don't ever click on those. Oh. He says, no, your Samsung has a cleanup in it, so rely on that. But still, the pop-ups were going just nuts. And the other two came back in. And they said, oh, you can't sit at our tables in the store. And they went and got an old metal folding chair and set it next to the front window as far away from them as they could put me. And said, if you don't want to leave the store, that's fine. You can sit here all day. I'm not joking. So I was sitting there trying to delete these apps that the young man had told me about. And another man came into the store. I really liked him. He was so nice. And he saw me sitting there, and I would, damn, and turn around and go back and do it again. And he goes over and he goes, I'm the Samsung representative. That's a Samsung phone. Can I help you? And I explained what was happening. And he picked my phone up and he says, this is hot. Physically hot. I mean, it was like it had been set on a burner on the stove. And so he goes, okay, we're going to clean this up. He says, it's going to take me about 20-30 minutes. I said, thank you. And the representative from Samsung, who was very, very nice, turned around and he took my phone And he turned around and he spent, the better part of 25, 30 minutes getting rid of all of the garbage. And it worked. See here? It has not got pop-ups flashing at me and carrying on. He was very, very nice. And I thought it was funny because the other, not the nice young man, but the other two in the store came over and were trying to get his attention and say, you're here to service us. You're not here to service a customer. And he goes, it's a Samsung. I can fix it. No problem. And he did. I'm very, very grateful. And he absolutely cemented my loyalty to the Samsung brand. Thank you very much. He was very courteous and pleasant to me. He was courteous to the employees in the store as well. He just allowed me to be in first place. He'd answer their questions and say, yep, I have that. I'll be putting it out here in just a minute. And they'd come up 5 minutes later. Well, I didn't get this delivery. And he goes, yes, you did. I confirmed it. You just need to open your boxes. And but he was very, very nice to everybody. And but I've never received that kind of treatment from AT&T before. Never. And I've been a customer for years. So I was just really, really surprised. So like I said, I'm absolutely loyal to Samsung. But if AT&T's approach is that we no longer do customer service, first of all, I'd like to know why. I mean, if I'd walked in there and said, my phone's not working, I want to buy a new one, they would have been all over me. But this phone is less than a year old. I didn't see the reason for spending, $1,000 or something to get another one. So I was really disappointed in the staff at the store, and I'm sure the staff is reacting strictly to the training that AT&T gave them. So AT&T, please change your training. The first person that comes in, the first customer that comes in, the first person that has been an AT&T rep or customer for years comes in, tell them to take care of them. Don't tell them to be mean. Don't tell them to glare at them. Don't tell them to sit them in a chair 10 to 20 feet away from anybody else. That was rude. I mean, really rude. So, this is my what's going on with AT&T message. Please, customers first. Oh, by the way, I was the only customer in the store. They weren't overrun with customers. There weren't any. While I was there, while the man fixed my phone, thank you, we had 2 people come in, or we actually had 4 people come in, 2 couples. They came in to pay their bill, and they have like an ATM machine that goes to AT&T. And they were very generous with them, very kind. But those were the only people that came in that store. There were 3 representatives. The Samsung representative, myself, the customer who needed help, and 2 couples that came in to pay their bill. Now, in that time, it would have been no problem for them to have said, we don't have the service department anymore here, but we're not busy right now. I'd be glad to give you a hand, but I can't promise anything because I haven't been trained in that, or I don't do Samsung, I do Apple, or whatever. But they didn't do that. Instead, they glared at me, set me as far away from them as they could, and talked about me all the time. don't know how we can get her out of here. And turn around and give me nasty looks. How dare you be in my store? Well, I'm pretty sure AT&T's paying you to take care of customers. And if AT&T's changed their policy and they no longer do service, the service department that they told me I could go to was almost 3 hours away. One way. Yeah. So no, I'm a little bit upset with AT&T. But I love my Samsung because I had a Samsung representative that cared. And that's all I really ask of somebody is to care. I thank you very much. I'm Grandma Judy. I'm having a wonderful day because my Samsung is working again. Thank you and bye-bye. And as usual, I always have to look for the off button. I know.